Hello, and welcome to a beginner's guide to roller coasters. If you haven't already seen part 4, the link is in the description. Today, we will be talking about the forces that riders experience on each and every roller coaster. But what exactly are forces? Forces are described as a push or pull on an object, as a result of it interacting with another object. You may have heard the term G-force mentioned. G-force, which is short for gravitational force, measures acceleration but isn't one specific force, but a force on an object causes it to accelerate. For gravity, the force pulling everything to the center of the Earth causes objects to accelerate when dropped. This acceleration is what's known as 1g, as in 1 G-force. If you experience 1g, it means you are experiencing 1 times your own weight. Therefore, if you're on a roller coaster where riders experience a maximum of 5 Gs, then you'll experience 5 times your own weight, as the riders experience an acceleration 5 times larger than the one pulling them to the center of the Earth. On most roller coasters, there are 3 types of G-forces that can be experienced throughout the coaster's layout. There's linear G-forces, which occur when the ride vehicle is travelling forwards or backwards, positive and negative G-forces, which occur when the train is travelling up or down respectively, and finally, there's lateral G-forces, which occur when the ride vehicle is travelling side to side in the left and right directions. Let's start with linear G-forces. Linear G-forces occur when there is an increase or decrease in speed of the roller coaster train. An example of linear G-forces can be experienced on a launch track. As the train accelerates, riders experience linear G-forces in the direction of speed change. But because the train is being accelerated instead of its riders, the riders are pinned to their seats. This allows the riders and train to accelerate simultaneously along the launch. But when the train decelerates, such as on a brake run, it causes the riders to travel forward until stopped by the restraints. Let's move on to positive and negative G-forces. Positive and negative G-forces are actually 2 different types of forces. Positive forces occur when the ride vehicle is travelling upwards, and negative G-forces are the exact opposite with the train travelling downwards. They can both be experienced when a train changes elevation. Riders will experience positive G-forces in valleys, which are parts of the roller coaster that go from travelling downwards to upwards. At the bottom of a roller coaster drop, riders feel heavier than usual. Negative G-forces provide the exact opposite experience. As a roller coaster train travels over the top of the hill, the train travels downwards on a drop, but the riders rise upwards out of their seats until they are stopped by the restraints. This is what's known by many as airtime. There are 2 types of airtime: ejector airtime, which is a strong negative G-force that causes the riders to rise quickly into the air, which pins them to underneath their restraints. There's also floater airtime, which is weaker than ejector airtime and causes riders to feel completely weightless and allows them to float in the air for a brief moment of time. The last G-force type is lateral G-forces. Lateral G-forces occur when a roller coaster travels side to side, especially on sections of track that turn left or right while unbanked. For example, Wild Mouse coasters feature sharp, flat and unbanked sections of track, which causes high levels of lateral G-forces, causing its riders to move side to side in the opposite direction. However, if the level of lateral G-forces is too high, it can be very uncomfortable, which is why designers design roller coasters with banked turns, converting lateral G-forces into positive G-forces. However, G-forces don't always occur for a split second at a time. Sustained G-forces, which occur for multiple seconds at a time, affect riders more than spikes of intensity. For example, a long turn section on a roller coaster can cause riders to experience 3 Gs of positive G-forces for multiple seconds. When this happens, the human body struggles to pump blood into the head. This can cause stress on the body, causing riders to begin to grey out. During this time, the rider's field of view starts to shrink and become more grey. If riders experience a grey out for extended periods of time, it can cause a blackout, with the rider becoming unconscious. Thankfully, when the high G-forces have ended, riders regain consciousness and normal vision with no damage to the body. Forces are a key part of the roller coaster experience, and designers ensure that the G-forces allow for an exciting and safe ride. But now it's time for the part of the video where I ask you the inverted question, to test how much you have learned from this video. The question is, what type of airtime gives its riders a sensation of weightlessness? If you guessed flow to airtime, then you are correct. That is it for this episode of A Beginner's Guide to Roller Coasters. In the next episode, I will be teaching you about how roller coasters are operated and how they keep their riders safe on board. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.